I'm absolutely terrified. It's as simple as that. I can't say otherwise. I'm reading about how much money we are, as our government is planning on investing into a scheme to block the sun. Now, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and it's fast approaching that this is going to happen. It's fast approaching that we are going to embark on scientific experiments to block the sun. And we're going to do that at the cost of £56.8 million on the geo-engineering experiments. And we're, with the other hand, spending 20 billion on Chinese made solar panels to put all over our farmland so that we can soak up the sun for energy. Yeah, so we're spending 56 billion on working out how we can dim the sun, and then we're spending 20 billion on solar panels that aren't even made in our own country so that we can soak up the sun for energy. Now, obviously, it makes no sense. Obviously, that's blatantly obvious to anyone, even Ed Miliband, that that makes no sense. But then when you start delving deeper into these experiments and how we're going to dim the sun, and you see what that is, and that's pumping billions of sulphates into the air. And just so that we know, we're spending £56 million on the experiments. To actually get any of this up and running, we're talking about trillions of pounds. Trillions to dim the sun. And to dim the sun, which is Mother Nature's sun, which is like quite massive, which is inconceivable that we're even thinking of doing that. Although I recognise that in Wales, we're putting massive canopies over towns so that they don't get soaked, because obviously nobody wants to go to Wales when it's raining all the time. So it's killing the tourism industry. So they're putting canopies over towns in Wales. But here we are also dimming the sun. And we're doing that by putting sulphates into the sky at a rate of knots for you and me to breathe in so that the sun's a bit dimmer. And do you know what happens when you put sulphates in the sky? I didn't know this until I saw this and went, oh my God, tell me that that's not actually a thing. Yeah, kills the ozone layer. So when I grew up, there were no aerosols. We weren't allowed to use aerosols because they killed the ozone layer. So that was my backdrop as a teenager. Aerosols are bad because we've got to save the ozone layer. It's got a massive hole in it. And if we don't protect it, then bad things are going to happen. I was terrified of the ozone layer. Anyone talked about it and I would go into vapours. I had actual anxiety over the hole in the ozone layer getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And here we are, 30 years later, talking about spending trillions of pounds putting sulphates in our atmosphere to dim the sun and burn the ozone layer. And that can't be dressed up, can it? It cannot be dressed up. It's beyond insane. We're adding pollution to the atmosphere. That's what we're doing. We're polluting our own atmosphere to dim the sun. Yet we hardly get any sun. That's why people emigrate. That's why people go on holiday to the UAE. And that's why people are always looking on a Jet 2 holiday so they can go and get some sun, because our country doesn't have any bloody sun because we're dimming it. I mean, why in the name of God? And then we're nicking farmers' land, which we want to do anyway because the government doesn't want the farmers to have any land. They want to control all the land so that they can grow what they want on it, or not grow what they want on it, as is the case. And we're taking all of the farmers' land to put solar panels on. Our green and beautiful country that made Britain so special is now effectively a reflector. It looks like a piece of foil. You fly over it. I mean, I haven't flown for a long time, but if you did fly over it, someone will have a drone. If you get a drone over it, all you'll see is reflecting bits of plastic everywhere, made in China, exported over here, so that we can reap the rewards of what? We haven't got any sun to soak up. And these solar panels last 10 to 15 years. Oh, well, that's a good investment, isn't it? Brilliant. What are we going to do with them then? Where are they going then? Are we going to reuse them? Of course, we're not going to reuse them. There will be a scrap heap of solar panels. I mean, it just beggars belief. It's insanity with a capital I. It's almost as crazy as cheese being locked up in supermarkets in those little plastic things because people are nicking cheese. I mean, I ask you, what